on YouTube? What is going on? Thank y'all for tuning in to another YouTube video. It's your boy Jack Yulee. Thank y'all again for all the support and shout out to the YouTube studio. Today's video is gonna be a little touchy, but I just need y'all to tune in, take some notes, let me know what y'all think. Now, I swear this definition keep changing, but I'm gonna read it. This is just straight on Safari. I just looked it up. This is the AI overview of it. Be careful of listening to what these people say about things. We can't always trust everything we read, but that's a conversation for another day. This says, a narcissist is an individual with an excessive, unhealthy preoccupation with themselves, characterized by a grandiosity, a profound need for admiration, and a lack of empathy for others. They often act entitled, exploit relationships for personal gain, and mask deep insecurity with arrogance. Now, let's unpack that a bit. Look, when I say be a narcissist, I'm not saying exploit people in relationships for personal gain. I'm not saying that you're seeking admiration for others and you lack empathy for others. From what I get from the meaning, the first part, an individual with an excessive, unhealthy preoccupation with themselves. Unhealthy, borderline, because I do believe this. I believe everybody should have, from what I looked up, the definition was to have excessive beliefs in oneself. I looked this up like 2 years ago, same thing on Google. That's why I say the definition, I swear, I keep changing. But I say that to say, to have excessive belief in oneself, or even an individual with an excessive, unhealthy preoccupation with themselves, look, I believe you should have a level of excessive belief in yourself. If Kobe Bryant wants to play me one-on-one, I'm going to beat him. If that's being a narcissist, if that's an unhealthy relationship and excessive belief in myself, yeah, I have that. If it's like, can you pick up a car? Yeah, I can. Can you do 10 backflips in a row? Yeah, I can. You should have immense belief in oneself. Some people might say, oh, well, that's just like, why would you even think you can do something that's impossible? That's what we do. You get what I'm saying? We should never tell ourselves there's anything we cannot do. We do impossible things every single day. Whoever invented the camera was probably told it's impossible. Whoever invented the first rocket ship, whoever invented the atomic bomb, all that stuff, this microphone, told it's impossible. You gotta have that immense belief in yourself that you can do anything. That goes with anything. You should always tell yourself, I can do it. There should never be a time where you think that you cannot do anything. Even if you know you can't do it, or you think you can't do it, you still try. You still gotta have that immense belief in yourself. Believe you can do it. I don't know. I don't know if I could jump over 10 buildings. That sounds crazy. Yeah. Everything sounds crazy until it's done. Imagine how crazy somebody like Nikola Tesla was, especially back in the early 1900s, 1800s. Can you imagine? But they achieved the unthinkable and the unbelievable. People do it every day with new inventions, new techniques, new skills, new ways to do things. Think about it like this. 100 years ago, there was no Fords, no Dodges, no Scat Packs, no Benzes, none of that. That probably was unfathomable to people that would even be a thing. Impossible. You're going to create an automobile that can take you from A to B with petroleum, with gas? Like what are you talking about? Sounds crazy. Telling somebody you're going to lift 300 pounds, you're going to squat 500 pounds? Yeah, it sounds crazy. But the ones that know that they can do it, that have that belief, they're the ones that end up doing it. That's how you got to be about yourself. You got to have that immense belief that you can do it. You got to believe that you can do it. I'm not saying think you better than people. I'm not saying I'm telling LeBron I think I'm better than him, as in I think I'm a better human being than him, that he's beneath me or that someone's beneath you. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying that you should never think that you're less than anyone. Even if somebody's smarter than you, you can still learn from them and still be their equal. That don't mean you beneath them though. Just because someone is more talented at something than you doesn't put you beneath them. You're still here. And as long as you have that belief, you're still here every time. You got to approach it like you're here, never like you're here. That's what I get from the definition. Have excessive belief in oneself. A little unhealthy? Yeah, I think it is a little unhealthy. So what? I think that it's a little unhealthy to think you're gonna, some people, I should say I think, because I don't, but some people may think that it's a little unhealthy to think you'd be the greatest at anything, or think that you'd be legendary in something, or that people would remember you, or you just invent something new, whatever the case may be. Happens all the time. And that's how you should be. Those same people are the ones that end up doing that. But the people who think it's undoable never amount to anything. Notice that the people that told whoever the African American person was that invented the traffic light or the gas mask or all these other inventions that we created, people probably told them that's impossible. You're gonna do what? But they did it. You get what I'm saying? They did it. They didn't think, oh, I don't know, I don't think I can do that. No, they didn't speak like that to themselves. You know you can do it. I know I can do it. I have a misbelief that I can do it, and I am going to do it. Maybe a little bit unhealthy because it sounds impossible, but it's only impossible until it gets done. Then it's not impossible no more. I'm just bringing that to y'all, man. I think that I know that we should have a bit of narcissism in us as far as my definition goes with having immense self-belief in oneself. Let me look that up real quick, if there's a word for that. Having immense self-belief in oneself. Self-belief. Deeper, blah, 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 blah. They ain't give me no word for it. But yeah, I'm telling y'all, be a narcissist to an extent. To an extent. Just think about it. Let me know what y'all think. It's your boy Jack Yulee. Again, thank y'all for tuning into another YouTube video. I know some people may think it's a bit off. They may think this. Let me know what you think. I'm curious to see what does everybody think about what we're talking about. And I think we should approach more things like this with curiosity. Hear somebody out. When somebody is saying something crazy like, I am going to invent the next kite that can fly you to the moon. And no one's going to tell me anything and I know it's going to work. They're not being a narcissist or they're not being ignorant. Let's just approach with curiosity. Well, tell me about that. How's that work? Were the Wright brothers being ignorant to think they could make a plane? Were they being narcissists to think that, to have that immense self-belief that they could fly somewhere? Does that make them look like a narcissist because they thought, oh, we're going to create something that's going to change the world and we know it's going to happen? I think we should start approaching those things with more curiosity to say, well, tell me about that. Wilbur and whatever the dude named Wright was, tell me about this thing y'all created. Y'all call it an airplane? Okay, tell me about that. Again, not thinking I'm better than you, because that's never the case. It's just that I can do anything. You got to have a belief in yourself that is unhealthy, but it should be fueled and passionate and filled with this fire that no one can tell me anything about it. I know I can do it. I just think that's the best way to go. You got to be that way about yourself. That's my personal opinion. Hey, let me know what y'all think. I love y'all. Thank y'all for tuning in. Shout out to YouTube. Thank y'all for all the support. It's Jack Yulee. I'll see y'all in the next one.